Hello there. Welcome to the nutrition overview. Let's get started. So obviously we do things a little different here. We teach habitual eating, and there's a couple good reasons for this. The first one is that it's very easy. Past the initial stage of learning what makes your body feel good, optimizing your metabolism, once you learn those habits, it becomes very easy. It's second nature, and you can continue to see results. The second reason is that I'd argue you can actually end up seeing more results in the long term than the typical bulking and cutting. Let me explain. Bulking and cutting works like this. You're gonna eat a lot of food and put on a lot of size very quickly. Then you're gonna try to take off as much body fat as you can while retaining as much muscle. And you cause these ups and downs. And some may argue that even if you're doing habitual eating or instinctual eating, you're still doing a series of mini bulks and cuts. But I'm gonna get to that in a second. So the goal here with bulking and cutting is that you intentionally eat a lot of food to put on size faster, and then you take it off, and eventually you wanna land somewhere down there when it comes competition day or when it comes time to hit the beach, and it ultimately works. The problem with bulking and cutting is that, one, not only can it damage your metabolism if you do it too much and too much of a crazy extent, but it also relies on the simple fact that a calorie is a calorie, meaning that whatever a machine says a piece of food expends for energy is the exact amount of energy that is going to give you, and that your metabolism and your very complicated metabolic functions are going to provide. And people rely on this number in order to stay under or above a certain limit, and this works to some extent. However, it ignores a bunch of factors that can be hidden, especially when you're younger and your hormones are good and you don't have a lot of micronutrient deficiencies. The downsides to that can be hidden. So ultimately, we argue for habitual eating. The other assumption that bulking and cutting takes into account is that people can't put on muscle and take off fat at the same time, unless of course you're a beginner or you're coming back after a surgery, because in those points your body's going to be ready to recompose and you can in fact put on muscle and take off body fat. Or if you're taking exogenous hormones, which we don't do around here, and that changes the game. So ultimately, what's going to happen here with habitual eating is you're not going to be damaging your metabolism with the constant up and down. You're going to find the foods that work best for you. Those foods are going to give you the micronutrients you need to keep your metabolism revved up constantly. It's going to give you the fuel sources you need to keep your hormones optimal, and your body is going to continue to change. You're going to put on the same amount of muscle every year as you would if you were bulking and cutting. There is a downside to habitual eating though, and that is if you're looking to get under 9% body fat, you really need to pay attention to what you're eating. You really need to count your macronutrients. But what does 9% look like? It looks really, really good. You could be on the cover of a magazine with 9% body fat. I can almost guarantee it. And you can look that way year round and ultimately land at a higher physical appearance, simply from the fact that you haven't been damaging your metabolism for years and years trying to look good for that one day that you probably spilled over anyways, and you looked good the day after you're supposed to look good or something like that. So that's the argument for habitual eating. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, let us know in the comments. Make sure you like the video, give us a big thumbs up. It helps us out, helps us help you, and I'll see you in the next video.